Hi, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner doing a film breakdown of the Buffalo Bills defense. I know everyone's excited right now with Josh Allen probably going to win MVP this year after after that first game, what he's built up the last 2 years. But that's the thing. Josh Allen's been that dude. The Bills defense was really good last year, but it's looking like it's primed to take a step forward. With the addition of Von Miller, Jordan Phillips. I mean, they had a spectacular game versus the Rams, and the beautiful thing about it is it was coverage and pass rush working together. They only blitzed one time in the entire game. They ran multiple different coverages. You know, they ran cover 2 the most, cover 3, man coverage, cover 4, and cover 1. They ran a lot of different coverages, and they disguised it well. And we're going to go through all of that. So we're going to go through 6 plays, breaking down the pass rush, but also how the coverage allows the pass rush to get there. So this is good stuff. So make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Gonna have a bunch of breakdowns on this channel, breaking down offensive line, all different types of things. But I wanted to get this one out from the opener because it was really exciting to watch the Bills do what they did. So let's get into it. We're gonna go through the first play and what the Bills are doing. This ends up being a Von Miller sack, and the Bills are gonna run cover 3. The Rams are running curl flat on the front side of this, and then they have a dig on the back side. But Bills do a good job disguising this. You see, you have 2 high safeties. You don't. That's not always the look you're going to get from cover 3. Usually, you're just going to have that one safety high and then one safety down towards the line of the scrimmage. But what the Bills do to disguise it, you see Micah Hyde buzzes down. And then you've got Jordan Poyer playing the deep, corners playing the other deep thirds, and you just got your basic cover 3, but just a decent job disguising it, but nothing crazy. So how does this play develop? Stafford's looking to the right to start this. Reed's middle. They're running curl flat. Good job covering this up, but what makes Stafford from throwing this ball to Kupp, because you say, oh, well, Kupp got open, you throw that ball, it's a timing route for the curl. Milano, who's playing the flats on this, he's the flat linebacker. Good job turning and keeping eyes, which stops Stafford from making this throw. Because if Stafford's making this throw, he's pulling the trigger right now. Well, guess what? Matt Milano's going to come and sit on this, so he can't go to that. So Stafford wants to get to the dig on the backside, but at that point, it's too late. And again, Micah Hyde is playing down as the flat defender. This corner's playing deep. Curl hook, you got the middle of the field right here, and you get a sack. So how did the sack happen? Well, Von Miller makes a huge difference on this defense. We got him lined up over to left tackle. I know everyone knows Von Miller as the speed guy, but he has a lot of power to his game, and especially as he's gotten older, he's more of a technician than just beating guys off the line. So you see he gives this stutter, and then, boom, power. You never want to be in that spot as a left tackle. Got those hands up. Instead of allowing him to recover and just trying to get inside on this, no. Keep him going. Keep him on his heels. Just drive him back into the quarterback, and you get a beautiful sack on this. I mean, just Von Miller magic. Stutter, bam, power. And I'm telling you, a lot of younger rushers on this, they're like, okay, I got him off. I'm just trying to get inside. No. Keep the power going. Keep pushing through, keep driving the feet, and you get yourself a sack. And that turns a 2nd and 6 into a 3rd and 15. Now we've got a 3rd and 5. This looks like a man coverage look up front. You've got, all these corners pressed up. You've got the one deep safety. You got lined up. Bam, man, and then the deep safety. And they even pre-snapped the Rams motion to see what they're getting out of this. Linebacker falls. It looks like you're going to get a man coverage look out of this. And especially with the way the cornerback alignment is. So, Stafford's got man. He's got a slant to the right. Allen Robinson wants to hit that, right? Nope, this is not man coverage. They back up in the cover 2. So you have Jordan Poyer playing one deep half, and then Taron Johnson, who's their nickel corner, who's got inside alignment on this receiver, bails out. He's playing the other deep half on this. So Stafford looks to the right. He beats his man. Allen Robinson beats his man, but you have Milano playing this zone right here. Shuts down that progression. Stafford does, they do a good job of disguising, confusing this look on Stafford, so Stafford's got to get rid of the ball. You got this stop right here. You got the 5-yard in right here. He just gets it down to the running back. He's got pressure in his face, which we'll look through. Gets it to the running back, and then the benefit of having Micah Hyde, we're like, where's Micah Hyde? Well, he's lined up at corner. Micah Hyde's able to come up, keeps good eyes. That ball's coming out, breaks on the ball, breaks down, wrap up. 47 comes and helps, and you got yourself you've got a 4th down, and now they're punting. And then the pressure. You've got Jordan Phillips, who had an awesome game for the Bills. Again, they've got some of their defensive tackles doing this little stutter. Boom, power. Bring the power. He's got the size, the strength matchup. Power. Driving him back into the quarterback. You got Ed Oliver, who's one of the more underrated players, I think, in the NFL. Again, stutter. Stutter, stab, and then watch the left hand rip through. Barreling down on Stafford. Doesn't allow him. Because if this pressure doesn't come and this out coverage and pressure all works together, if this is just a clean pocket with a 4-man rush, Bills aren't blitzing, Stafford's going to hit this. But forced to check down. Good tackle by Micah Hyde and 47. I need to learn 47's name. He had a hell of a game. That's not Dane Jackson, is it? Anyways. So again, you're 3rd down, you're forcing a punt. Next play is 2nd and 4. Just a great disguise by Leslie Frazier on this. This ends up being cover 1. But this doesn't look like a cover 1 look. This looks like your zone look, whether it's cover 4, cover 2, cover 3, buzz. Because guess what? You have this guy uncovered. So the only way this would look like man coverage pre-snap is if they're blitzing these two guys and you got manned up here, man, 5 across the board and you're blitzing 6. But the Bills didn't blitz besides one time in this entire game. So, Stafford's not expecting that. So he's expecting your zone. Oh, sorry. And the Bills pull out some man coverage on this. You got man coverage with Edmonds as the robber. You've got Poyer as, I think that's Poyer or Hyde. Yeah, Hyde as a deep guy, and then you got man coverage across the board. So Stafford looks left first. Milano pops out in man coverage here. They're bracketing it with Micah Hyde. Get him off that read. Stafford looks right, goes through his progression. I'm not exactly sure what he wanted to hit on this, whether it's this slant by Higbee, but he can't hit the slant because you have Edmonds, covering over here with the corner, or if he's looking to hit this fade. But good job route recognition by Taron Johnson, recognizing this fade. Sees it, flips his hips, runs with it, shuts it down. You're not throwing this unless you're throwing a back shoulder to this. So again, shuts this down. You've got bracketed right here, man, and again, pressure. Because guess what? If this pressure doesn't get here, you probably got Cooper Kupp at some point. Or this comes open. So let's look at the pressure on it. Oh, is that Jordan Phillips, a defensive tackle? Look at this spin. Shows the left. Spin. Right hand. Boom. Now barrel down on that quarterback. I mean, defensive tackles aren't supposed to do that. Were people familiar with Jordan Phillips before this game? Because I know they are now. And then you got Boogie Basham, a second-year player out of Wake Forest, driving through two guys. I mean, that spin. Whoop! Beautiful stuff right there. What do we have next? Next is a 1st and 10. Rams run all curls. This is just your basic cover 2, but you're going to see on the pass rush a good stunt that the Rams or the Bills D line runs. So simple. You got cover 2, 2 deep safeties, flats, curl hook, middle, curl hook. So again, the coverage is basic. Good job by Edmonds. Gets a little grabby on this, but this is covered up. He's Milano's with the running back. You've got this covered up. Taron Johnson's got his eyes on this. You get good enough coverage and a beautiful stunt on this. So AJ Epinesa is going to set this up for a Jordan Phillips sack. A joint sack with him and Daquan Jones. But again, AJ Epinesa sets this up. Sells vertical enough. And then rip through. Get that power. He's won the battle. And make sure you get a piece of this guard. Make sure you get into the hip of this guard. And that allows Jordan Phillips, who doesn't get too deep, keeps it tight. Good burst. You got yourself a sack. And then AJ Epinesa gets in on it as well. Like he splits this. And then you got Daquan Jones over here. Just power. Swim. And you got 3 guys meeting at the quarterback. And you got Von Miller as a proud father looking on his youngins. I mean, how good is that got to feel for Von Miller? The guy who's brought in to make the difference, and he made the difference in this game. But you have to finish the play, look on, and you got your other 3 guys rushing. You're only rushing 4. 3 of them hit, and you get to sit there and watch it, Von Miller. Like, that's how beautiful this Bills defense is working with what Leslie Frazier's doing by not having... Like, they were a good defense last year, but they weren't always getting there with 4. With Von Miller, Jordan Phillips, if he can do this, good celebration by Jordan Phillips. I mean, that's good stuff. So now we got a 2nd and 8. I only have this from the back view. Stafford ends up checking this down. But just want to show off Von Miller. Just Von Miller still has that too. Left hand. His weight's moving, as the tackle's weight is disproportionate. Uses his weight against him. Brings that right hand to break off arms. Guard's not there to help in time, getting pressure on him. And then Greg Rousseau, 2nd-year player out of Miami, 1st-round pick, benching. You've got those long arms. Get your hands inside. That's where you want him. Keep the feet moving, benching him into the quarterback. Good stuff. Stafford ends up checking it down. So the last play we're going to go through, this might be my favorite because it's just a different exotic look that really throws offenses off. Stafford, this ends up being a bad snap. So you say, oh, well, it was a bad snap. But this is great defense, whether Stafford catches this snap or not. And this is 3rd and 5. This could be I think this is cover 6. It could be cover 4. This boundary corner at the top. If this goes vertical, he may go vertical with it. But I think it's cover 6 because you have, a deep 3 deep third players, him playing the flat, which is, basically half the field's cover 4, half the field's cover 2. And again, you got nobody playing the flat right here. But that's not the interesting part of this play. What's the interesting part of this play? Bills, I'm going to go from the other angle. 2 players lined up in the A-gap. They're linebackers. So this is a cover 0 look. Or they're going to back somebody out at the end. But this is what you're expecting. They're expecting either a cover 0 blitz, or they're going to back out and run your basic coverages and rush 4. But this is 3rd down. This is, the Stafford puts this running back up at the line of scrimmage. So now the O-line has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or the offense has 6 blockers versus 6 possible pass rushers. So at minimum, Stafford would think you're 4. But this is a way to create one-on-one matchups when they have, without rushing 5 or 6 guys. So what does Leslie Frazier call? Bam. This linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds, is backing out. You got Milano blitzing. You've got Tim Settle on this, Greg Rousseau, but you would expect Jordan Phillips, Von Miller, the stars of this show, to rush too, right? They both got 2 sacks. No, Phillips is dropping in covers, his defensive tackle self, and then Von Miller. I mean, great job rerouting on the drag of this. Great job rerouting on this. And by the time Stafford has the ball, eyes. And again, this is 3rd and 5. Ends up being sacked by Greg Rousseau. Shifts the tackle's weight, keeps fighting. Not the best rep, but a little choppy with his movement, but ends up getting a sack. And I'm telling you, let's look at this from the sky view. I don't care what happened with the snap. There's nothing. We're right here. There's nothing. So this was just some great defensive football by the Buffalo Bills, man. And again, we've known Josh Allen is great, and I think this defense can be what propels them. They were good last year. I think Leslie Frazier got a lot of heat because of that Chiefs playoff game, the whole 13-second stuff. But they were a really good defense last year. I think 2nd in the league in scoring after the Patriots. And they add Von Miller. They add Elam, and they didn't even have their number 1 corner in this game. So really impressive stuff by Leslie Frazier, this D-line, the back end. Good job disguising stuff by Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. So like and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be more videos like this. I really appreciate it. And this was fun, man. This Bills team is going to be fun, and it's not just going to be the Josh Allen show. Like, this defense is real deal, and Von Miller really propels them forward. So again, like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.